You're listening to the Get Out and Drive podcast, fueled by AMD, with your hosts, John, Custom Car Nerd Meyer, and Jason, Old Car Guy Carr. We'll be bringing you gearheads everything you never wanted to know about cars and why they should be on the road and not in your garage. Are you ready to get out and drive?
Get Out and Drive podcast is here again at McCacken 2024 in Chicago. We are here with Art Kelly. Pleasure to meet you guys. And I couldn't help stop but look at this wacky ass GTO. We're going to talk about this thing. First of all, why? Second of all, how the hell did you know about it? I know everything about cars. I didn't know about this mess. Correct? Why? And again,
well,
why?
I guess why? Why? Because I can.
Yeah.
Two, I've been into these cars since about 1985. I've just been into the GTO.
Sure.
And my girlfriend at the time and myself were at a car event. There was a box with magazines in it. Okay. And since 1985, I've collected just about every car ad that GTO, or I should say Pontiac, ever produced of the GTO.
Okay.
So I picked up a magazine, and on the cover of the magazine, it was a teen magazine, and on the cover it said Days of the Laughin'. I kind of, in my mind, thought, well, maybe there's an ad inside this magazine that had something judge-related.
Sure.
He come the judge, laughing.
Right, laughing, right.
Picked up the magazine, lo and behold, in the middle centerfold of the magazine was that ad that I got right on the front A-pillar driver's side of the car. It blew my mind. I had never heard of this car, never seen it, knew nothing about it. So when I found out by looking at the ad, it was indeed a GTO. About a week later, I bought another car and started into the project because I thought to myself, how cool would that be to have a car out there, a tribute car out there to something that nobody even really knows about.
Because I know you said this was built for a TV show.
Yes.
And I know we talked briefly about Laugh-In.
Yep.
Talk to us about the show, and you said it was not very popular.
CBS apparently got together with their producers and whatnot and decided we'll do another teen-related comedy Laugh-In spinoff, if you will.
Right.
Well, they did. It was supposed to be on for 1 hour, once a week, and it flopped. For whatever reason.
You said they had it one time?
One time. 1 hour, aired one time, and it flopped.
Wow.
Yep, that's crazy. A lot of effort into something that just, never saw it.
And you said Barris was involved, George Barris was involved with this, because he was involved with everything, TV, building cars for Sonny and Cher, and promotions vehicles, and wacky everything.
Yep.
This is
if it was
right
a TV car, Barris was the guy.
Well, it's go where you know.
Yes.
And you go right down the street from CBS Television Studios or whatever in Hollywood. Boom, there he was. He was the go-to guy.
Correct.
I mean, that's what location.
Yep.
And putting this thing together, whip it together. That's just what he did. Anything to make money on a weekend.
CBS contacted Barris Studios. I don't have the dates and whatnot, but when they contacted Barris Studios and, of course, talked to George, they basically told them, we need a cartoon cop car for this new program that we're going to try and see what happens with.
What sort of craziness can you come up with?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So George sketched up some drawings, proposed it to CBS, and said, what do you think?
What about this?
He said, let's roll it.
Because I walked by and I saw your car, and I thought, what a terrible day to have eyes.
So true.
Yeah.
Can I get you some aspirin?
Oh, my God.
Here's your reminder to support the companies that support your right to get out and drive.
Racing Junk has been a longtime supporter of our podcast. You may have seen us podcasting live from the Racing Junk booth at SEMA and PRI. Racing Junk is the world's #1 racing and performance marketplace. You just can't beat their free classifieds filled with cars, parts, antiques, trailers, and more.
Be sure to speed over to racingjunk.com to find those parts you've been looking for, or to list the stuff that's taking up space in your garage for free.
What drives you?
You can get promoted. You can get promotions by aspirin companies. But so you said the original does not exist, or you haven't heard of it as of yet.
That's correct. I know nothing about the original or what happened to it, but indeed in the same Teen Magazine 68 September issue, in the back of the magazine, there was another ad of the same car, and it was a sweepstakes.
They give it away?
Car giveaway. And it was of the Fuzz car.
Wow.
It was, or I should say, the Pepsi Fizz Fuzz Commando car.
I see. Okay.
It was changed names,
Sure.
but very little was changed on the car from
Right.
one version to the other.
Right. And that's sometimes, things get painted and sold into obscurity.
That's true. That's very true.
No different than Tom McCann GTO.
Correct.
And all that different type of stuff.
That's
and you never know, this may have been donated by a dealer and painted into obscurity, and somebody may have owned the car.
Absolutely.
And it may have been painted like this underneath, but it was back to original trim code.
Yep.
Or black or whatever.
Or another thought that went through my mind was possibly the winner of the car was ultimately offered a check and they crushed the original, maybe only because of a liability with all the stuff and accessories and lights and siren. Maybe it was too much of a liability.
I guess.
But unfortunately, nobody really knows much about it at all.
You have to remember that even if they won the sweepstakes, they got it by accident. You built this on purpose.
I did.
Wow.
I just thought it was just to blow everybody's minds.
Well, sure.
And of course, like I said, the day I found the ad and I saw GTO I'd never heard of, I absolutely had to duplicate it the best way I could.
So, how long has the car been done? How long have you had it?
Trying to think of when I purchased it. I probably had the car for 8 years, and it's been done probably 5.
Okay.
Yeah, something like that.
What is the general consensus of people walking up? I mean, it has to be the most wonderful thing ever to listen to hate and wonder and
you
everything.
nailed it right on the head.
Okay.
It's all the above.
Okay.
I think initially when people see it, they say, my God, that is the ugliest GTO I have ever seen. Until they realize that I show them the original pictures, that this was not my idea, and it indeed did exist.
Right.
Now I can't get rid of the people.
Right.
It's unbelievable.
Well, it kind of sucked me in like that because I'm from St. Louis, and there's a lot of art cars. People gluing Hot Wheels and marbles and Barbies to Lincolns and Cadillacs and all that jazz.
Correct.
And I first walked up and I thought I expected that's what this was. And scratch the surface and speak to the owner, a little deeper, and I realized that this does have a little bit of history.
It does. The whole car culture TV thing it's just a cool thing. And what way to give Mr. George Barris a tribute, or as a matter of fact, I did tell George halfway into the project. It just ironically happened that the Grand National Roadster Show was proposed to me from some friends. They asked me if I was interested in joining them. So I did.
That's
and one of
cool.
the stops was Barris Studios.
Wow.
And it blew my mind because what better place to stop is the original place that the car
came from.
The real one came out of.
Yep.
Right.
That is absolutely incredible. And I have no words. You are a person that has big brass ones to do this. This is one of the stupidest interviews I've ever done, and it is awesome.
A little bit too much time on my hands, I guess.
It is absolutely awesome. Well, thank you for taking out some time.
It's been a pleasure.
McCacken 2024.
Thank you very much.
Speed over to our friends at racingjunk.com and place your free classified ad on the world's #1 racing and performance marketplace. Cruise on over to our website, getoutanddrive.com, for all the info you never wanted to know about our podcast. Hit us up on our listener hotline, be the first to know what's happening, get industry news, and grab your Get Out and Drive merch. Connect with us on social media. Find us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Follow us on X at Get Out and Drive Pod. Are you ready to get out and drive in 2025? Get those cars on the road on October 5th, 2025 to celebrate National Get Out and Drive Day. Visit nationalgetoutanddriveday.com for more info.
What drives you?